Hi, Chuck Huber here for the Stata YouTube channel. Today I'd like to show you how to calculate non-parametric estimates of the survivor function using the Kaplan Meier estimator and the cumulative hazard function using the Nelson Aalen estimator. So let's begin by opening some data from the Stata website by typing webuse drug tr, press enter. And we can see that we've opened some data, a data set that contains patient survival from a drug trial. And if we look in the variables window, we can see that our underscore variables have previously been created using the stset command. And if we'd like to see the survival attributes of our data, we can type stset in the command window with no options, press enter, and we can see those survival attributes of our data. So let's begin by clicking statistics at the top, scroll down to survival analysis, then we're going to go to summary statistics tests and tables, and then we're going to select list survival and cumulative hazard functions, and this will open the STS list dialog box. In the main tab at the top, we can select which function we'd like to estimate. We can either list the Kaplan Meier estimate of the survivor function, or the Kaplan Meier estimate of the failure function, or we can list the Nelson Aalen estimate of the cumulative hazard function. So let's begin with the Kaplan Meier estimate of the survivor function. Click submit. And then if I look in my results window, the command is STS list. I can see the stset attributes at the top of my output. And then in the table, the first column displays specific points in time. These are not time intervals. These are specific times, time 1, time 2, and time 3, and so forth. The next column displays the number of subjects that are alive at the beginning of that at that point in time. In this case, 48 for 1, 46 for time 2, and so forth. Next, we see the number of subjects failing at that point in time. So there are 2 failures at time 1, 1 at time 2, and so forth. The next column displays the number censored at that particular time. And then we see our estimate of the survivor function along with its standard error and 95% confidence interval in the last 4 columns. Okay? So if we wanted to, we could actually change which points in time are displayed. The default is to display every point in time at which there is a failure. But we can go back to our dialog box, and if we select the Options tab, we have a couple of different things we can do. One is we could display equally spaced time values. So we can just choose to display 10 points in time, and Stata will calculate what those are. Or we could choose specific points in time. So I could type a list such as 10, 20, space 30, space 40, and if I press submit, click submit, Stata will only display the estimated survivor function at those particular points in time, 10, 20, 30, and 40. If I wanted to, I could also enter a number list, such as 5 through 45, and enter increments of 5. And now if I press submit, if I look at my command, the command has the option at 5 through 45 in increments of 5, and my table displays time 5, time 10, time 15, and so forth. Okay. Lastly, if I go back to my dialog box, if I click on the main tab again, there's a section that says calculation, and if I check this box that says separate on different groups of specified variables by variables, I can choose a variable such as drug. Drug is an indicator for which subjects received a new drug and which subjects did not. And then I can click submit, and now if I look at my command, I've included the option by drug, and my table is displayed for subjects who did not have the drug as well as subjects who did have the drug. So now if I go back to my dialog box, I could do the same thing for the Kaplan Meier estimate of the failure function. So rather than estimating survival, I can estimate failures. If I click submit, now I see the same table, but I've calculated the Kaplan Meier estimate of the failure function along with its standard error and 95% confidence interval. Or if I want, I can go back to the dialog box and choose to list the Nelson Aalen estimate of the cumulative hazard function. And if I click submit, now I see my column over here, my last 4 columns display the Nelson Aalen cumulative hazard estimate along with the standard error and the 95% confidence interval. Okay. So that's how we can calculate non-parametric estimates of the survival and cumulative hazard functions for our survival data. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by.